your age, what you do for work, hobbies, anything that just to introduce yourselves to whoever's watching.
All right. My name's Richard. I'm 35 and I'm living in downtown Toronto and have been for like the last pretty much 30 years. Um, Moved from, I guess, uptown in North York, and currently I'm pretty much just working, doing structural engineering, and pretty much most of my time is spent just walking my dog or like keeping her happy.
The dog's the life, eh?
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about where you were before uh working together. So like in terms of everything, like your body, your mindset, your mood, energy, everything. Like where were you before you started in the program?
I think before, so I've pretty much started working out more after I graduated university.
Hmm.
And then at the beginning, I did some personal training at like a Good Life gym just so I wouldn't hurt myself doing exercises.
Hmm.
I did that for like maybe like 9 months. And then after that, I was just sort of just doing my own thing. And then I sort of go on and off. But then I found myself, I guess, having difficulty, I guess, one, gaining mass, and also I guess sometimes with my lifts and stuff, it's like when you're just doing it by yourself, you have like less motivation, and like
Yeah.
sometimes I don't really do like a set schedule or do all my recordings of like tracking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So then I don't know, sometimes you get find out you start slacking and then you're just like, I'm not getting quite where I want to be.
So you started originally by yourself. How long did that last? Like when you were just doing it alone?
Uh Probably like 6 or 7 years.
Oh wow, I didn't know it was that long. Okay.
But
So
like it's
how
like on and
much?
off. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
Okay. And what was your like what were your results over that 6 to 7 year span? Like did you achieve like did you get many results? Like what was that like from the beginning to the end?
from the very beginning. I think when I first started, I was probably like 120 pounds, super skinny and like underweight. So
Yeah.
then my cousin suggested me going to the gym and to try to increase it.
Mhm.
So that's why I started. I think then I pretty much, after a couple of years, I got stuck at like 145 pounds, 150 pounds.
Yeah.
And then pretty much after that, it's like every couple of years, I think my weight pretty much stays the same, except it increases maybe like 5 pounds. So then when I guess when we started at closer to around 165, 170.
Yeah, you got a quick metabolism, just like
But
me.
like, yeah, I have a quick metabolism and I'm like, I probably because I was living originally with my parents and we don't eat that much protein. It's probably like mostly carbs.
Asian things, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. So you did then you so you went into then personal training. How did you find that? Like what made you want to switch from the in-person training and then to trying it online? Because I know a lot of people
Uh,
have questions about that.
I think part of it was the expenses for me. Like back then, I was living at home, so I had more like, disposable income.
Yeah.
And then now I'm sort of doing like a mortgage plus like my dog and stuff. So then it's just more costly for me. And then also, I guess, arranging time management to get to the gym because I
Yeah.
have to work with, I guess, the trainer schedule, my schedule. Um, and then also the trainer I was working with sort of got pregnant and had a baby. So then, and then my other one that I was switched to moved over to Vancouver. So then after that, I was like, oh, I don't really like the other trainers here. So then I sort of
Oh,
stopped with
shit.
that.
Oh my God. So when you ended the personal training, the in-person sessions, what was the gap between then and then starting with me?
Probably like 5 years, five,
Oh,
6 years.
5 years. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's start at the point like right before when you signed up. Like where were you at mentally and physically at that point?
I think I was sort of just tired of like, coming up with a workout routine myself partially.
Yeah.
Because I did try like what was it? I was trying CrossFit for a couple of months.
Hmm.
But then I found with CrossFit, it's like since I can only certain attend certain classes, I don't really
Hmm.
get to choose or which part of the body I'm working out, really.
True. Okay.
And then I found, I don't know, because of the time when those classes were, it's like it affected my performance sometimes.
Okay. Okay, so then let's move forward now just a touch. So right when you thought about signing up, what do you think was perhaps like your biggest struggle um upon signing up? Like were you having a lot of trouble with like the diet side, the training, like just being disciplined and holding yourself accountable, your drive? Like what do you think was your problem, probably your biggest issue before signing up?
I think my biggest issue probably would have been nutrition. I mean, the whole time, most of it, because I didn't really bother tracking it or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if I was trying to do bulking, I'd do like dirty bulking for like a little bit, and then I'd be like, stop it. Or even with the tracking meals, I'd like do it for maybe like a week or two, and then I stop.
Yeah.
And then
So
otherwise, I guess with workout, I do myself, but like I don't know, I wouldn't be. I sort of half-ass it half the time.
yeah, no, I get you. So the last 5 years, like what was your weight kind of hovering around the same spot?
I think I was probably stuck at like 160 to 165, fluctuating up and down depending on whether I was bulking or not.
So for like the last 5 years, or around 5 years, you're around that weight?
I think probably 160, 165, probably 3 years.
Okay.
Before that, I think I was 155, and then like 2 more years before that, I was stuck at 150.
Okay. Would you say you hit any plateaus like within those last 3 to 5 years before starting?
Um,
Or did you find your progress was like consistently getting better?
Back then I didn't really either take before and after pictures either. So, but I mean, in terms of lifts, uh, I think I was sort of stuck at like a plateau.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the progress pictures here. Let me pull them up wherever they are. Here. Okay. You see my screen? Oh wait. No, you can't see my screen. Can you see my?
Are they the ones you sent me?
Yeah, I want to pull them up. I don't know if it's gonna stop recording. I don't think so. But no, it's still recording. I think we're okay. Okay. So this on the left, that was you at 169, 170 pounds last October. And
Yeah.
then that on the right is 11 months later, which was like last week. And
Yeah.
you're 160, 161 pounds on the right. So you're actually like 10 pounds lighter, yet you look a lot bigger and more defined. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like what were your
I feel
thoughts when
like
you
I dropped some fat. And
yeah,
then I think my chest and arms got a bit bigger.
everything got bigger. Your stomach is even more like your abs are showing a bit more now
Yeah.
compared to before. What were your thoughts when you first saw this? Or
Um,
just thinking back like when you started versus now.
I yeah, I think I like the progress. I'm like I haven't really done like a super bulk or like cutting phase before, so I thought it'd be
Yeah.
nice to try.
Hmm.
Because before I was always like, oh, I can't increase my weight. Why should I even bother trying to cut? Right.
Yeah, true. Okay.
I guess right now I'm
So
sort of like recomping and like, increasing muscle mass and decreasing fat. So
exactly. So during the last 11 months, like what were the biggest things that you've either learned about like diet and nutrition or even learned about yourself like along the whole progress?
um I think dieting, I think for me, I found it's I'm like tracking is actually quite important for me because I'm like sometimes, and then I sort of just started like actually being more anal about using like a kitchen scale to measure quantities
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff because I was like, oh, I'm like there were just a couple of months when I was doing the cut and I was like, I don't think I'm really doing much with this, and then I was like, holy crap, I'm like that's 100 grams of like carbs.
Yeah. You
um,
start to learn, right? About
yeah,
macros and calories and get to learn yourself, which is really important.
yeah, and then with like the I guess weights and like form, the last couple of months, I think I've been trying to spend more time working on the, I guess, mind muscle connections and trying to just fix up any small form mistakes I might be making, even if I'm not increasing like the weight. Because I was like, before I was like, sometimes I'm like, how come I'm just stuck at this weight and I can't sort of do anything more?
If I don't think it'd be possible for me to pull up, but if I could pull up and you can see yourself, maybe I'll attach it to the end of this video. But if I can show you your form, the form videos you sent me when you first started, compared to now, like the last 2 weeks when like I've seen your form videos, they are like tremendously better compared to when you started. Like when you started, your range of motion wasn't there. You're going way too heavy. There's just so many things going wrong. But now like you're controlling the weight, you dropped it a little bit so you can control it better. Your range of motion's a lot better. Your mind muscle connection clearly is definitely a lot better, and it shows. So that's been game like for sure. That's been game changer for you. The night and day difference in terms of your form in the
Yeah,
last in the last 11 months, almost a year now.
yeah.
Okay, so where are you now? Like, where's what are the next what are the next goals for you? So right now you're like around 160. You're looking more on the cut side, looking to lose a few more pounds, and then do a little maybe a dirty bulk.
Well, I don't mind if it's dirty bulk or lean bulk.
No, I'm just playing with you. We won't do that.
Right?
It's
I'm like,
no.
oh, it was bad. My bulk at the very beginning, I think my trainer was like, Richard, after each meal, you should just go to McDonald's and eat two like junior chickens or like junior
Yeah.
burgers.
The thing with your metabolism is like for you to dirty bulk, you probably need like 4,500 calories. It would not be worth it. Like you're natural, there's really no benefit.
Yeah, I think before like working with you, like when I was like doing my last time like hardcore workout, like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I
Yeah.
think after every gym, I literally ate like Popeyes or like McDonald's or Harvey's or something after because I think normally with my parents, they're more like Buddhist, like half vegan, so they eat like very little protein, and I eat
Protein?
most of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so my last question for you, Richard, is what would you say to someone who is maybe on the fence or been following me for a while or thinking about joining the program, and they're kind of iffy about it? What would you say, or what honest advice would you give them about whether to join or not, or like what it entails, um, like what would be your words to them?
Um, I think what I liked was I guess you're pretty easily available and responsive to like questions and comments, and you always ask, what kind of changes or things you might not like or like, and then you've I guess pretty much implemented even in like my meal plan or like when I asked you to alternate some exercises. Um, I think that was good. And actually, I originally found you because I was like, oh, look, you had like really good reviews online, I guess, from that site I was looking on.
Bark, yeah,
Yeah, Bark. I mean, that was the first time I used Bark, anyways.
yeah.
Um,
What would you
and
tell someone that like maybe like a younger self of you, maybe like a year ago, who was like maybe on the did some maybe in-person training, is maybe unsure of what route to go and sees a few online coaches like myself. Um, what would be the difference that you could tell them that because you've done both now, right? What would be the pros and cons?
um, I think pros, it's actually better for accountability, especially with like the app and all,
Yeah,
the check-ins and like the day-to-day scheduling. Because with like a, I guess, in-person personal trainer, I pretty much would just meet up twice or three times a week. And then
Yeah.
on the other day, it's not like I'm doing anything else beyond that or asked for like a separate meal plan or something.
Did they give you a diet plan?
No, they didn't.
Yeah. So usually with most in-person trainers, like you said, though, you'll work with them. You'll see them for like 3 hours of the week and train with them, which is good. Obviously, that's a pro in their direction, right? But in terms of the diet and the accountability when you're not in the gym is practically zero, right?
Yeah, I think the main thing for like in-person training would be if you wanted to like, correct your form if you had like really terrible form
Yeah.
and you really want to like heavy hammer it out because then you have someone to
Yeah.
like point at you for everything.
Yeah.
But like
How
even with like the online training, I'm like I've been sending you form videos. It might just be a little bit slower, but you still point out like, things I'm doing wrong or like send me videos that tell me how to correct it. If I didn't understand it, I think you sent me a second one last time.
Yeah. No, your form, like I said, your form's gone is night and day. Like it's if someone could see that, they would never think twice about even about going online because like you get everything covered. Your form, the only like you said, the only thing is your schedule. Like with the in-person, you have to sort of be at the time where you have to be at the meet at that time. Like it's harder to reschedule and things like that. Like you're more constricted with your time in that sense.
Yeah.
But all good, man. Anyways, I really appreciate you coming out. Thanks for answering the questions, in all honesty. Um, you're a great client. Appreciate you, love you. We'll check in soon, and this will shortly be on the channel.
Thanks. Cool. I didn't even know you had a channel.
I'm gonna make one. I gotta make one, and then I'm gonna post all my reviews on it.
Okay. Yeah, sounds cool.
I'll send you the link when it's ready. You can
All
see
right.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Rich. Peace, man.
All
Appreciate
right.
you.
Take
Take
care.
care.